Hi guys, welcome to my channel, A Dash of Beauty with Kia. I know I've been away for 2 years, but I'm back now. We're on lockdown, we're on quarantine, so I picked up my camera, I picked up my brush, and I said, let's do it. But today I'm just showing you guys my new and improved foundation routine, as well as a very easy eye look that does not involve falsies, because to be honest, I have not been wearing them often. So I wear them to like a birthday party or something big, but I don't need to be wearing false lashes every day like I was. But yeah guys, so if you are interested to see how I got this look, please continue watching and don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Thank you. Taking my NYX micro brow pencil, I'm going to be filling in my eyebrows, and the shade I'm using is Ash Brown. So now that this is pretty decent, I'm going to go in and clean them up. For concealer today, I'll be using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I have the color Maple. So what I'll be doing is taking this flat, dense brush and taking some concealer off of the applicator on both sides, and I will be now just basically outlining my brows, cleaning them up. Doing your eyebrows when you already like maintain them, when you pluck them, it just makes the brows look so much better. Oh, hi, this is my assistant, Leah. Say hi. Hi. Getting into complexion now, I'm going to be using this MAC Fix Plus matte spray as a primer. Why is it not working? Don't laugh at me. Okay, so we're letting that spray dry down, and now I will be going in with my foundation. We're going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm going to be shaking that up, pumping that about 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and instead of going right in with the beauty blender, I'm going to use my dense foundation brush and apply this on my face first and blend it out. So once that's all blended out, now I'm going in with my damp beauty blender and just going to press that into my skin. What I'm going to do now is go in with my MAC Pro Longwear concealers in the shade NC45 and NC50. I will be mixing these shades together, and I will be spot correcting any blemishes that are peeking through. So I already sprayed NC45. Now I'm taking a flat concealer brush, blending that together. Now taking a tiny concealer brush, I will just be patting that concealer in and blending it out. So after I have spot concealed, I will be going in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer and highlighting my face. As you can see, I'm bringing the concealer into a triangle shape, but I'm also bringing it in a little bit just to help for when I contour my nose. I can bring the concealer down and also a little bit into my eyes. Also going over the chin, forehead, bringing that halfway down. So the same way we blended out the foundation, brush first, then beauty blender, is the same way that we will be blending the concealer. So we're going in with our brush. I like to use my foundation brush just to kind of tone down the brightness of the concealer and help everything just melt. And then we'll be going in with our damp beauty blender again. As you blend, you want to keep the shape, the triangle shape that you applied the concealer in, but I just like to go in and fade the bottom first. I connect the concealer point, so I connect the concealer above my lip and I connect that to the concealer underneath my eyes. So once that is all blended out with the brush, now you can go in with your damp beauty blender and just go over that one more time. So once that is all blended out, we can go in and set our concealer and foundation with our translucent powder. I like to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder. So what I'm just going to do is dip my beauty blender in there, take the excess off. So once I have set all the areas, I put my concealer with the translucent powder. I'm taking my Fenty powder in the shade Honey. This is more of a banana color. It's yellow. And I'm going in with this powder for some brightness. Same method, just dipping my beauty blender in. And I'm not really going to go under my eye and be as precise as I was with the Laura Mercier powder. This one is just targeting certain areas for that brightness. once I have placed the banana powder in all of the places that I want to stand out, that I want to be extra highlighted, I'm going in with my second Fenty powder. And this is the shade Hazelnut. This is closer to my skin tone, and this is just going to set the rest of my face. I don't always do this step, but I do this step when I'm going to be wearing makeup for a long time, and I don't want such a, let's say, radiant look. I'm going for more of a matte look. And I'm taking the bottom of my Beauty Blender, dabbing that. I'm going to take off the excess just because I don't want that much powder, and I'm going basically all the places that I didn't set with the other powders. So I go under here, I bring that right up to the yellow powder. Same for the other side. Around my mouth. Guys, I use a lot of powders, but that's what helps keep my makeup on for a long time, and believe it or not, that's what helps it keep it look, that's what helps keeping my makeup looking natural, because you're not getting greasy, you're not getting crease lines, you're not getting all of that to really show that you're wearing makeup, you know what I mean? Everything's set, everything's in place, everything looks good. So now to dust this all away and help everything melt, I'm taking my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I will never stop using this powder. This powder is the best. I'm dusting that over everything. When I get to around under my eyes, I start pressing the powder in. So I press and then brush sometimes. So as I'm pressing, I'm kind of flicking away. So I'm pressing the powder that the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in, but I'm also brushing away the excess banana powder.
I like banana powder.
So once you are done with all of your setting of the concealer, setting of the foundation, setting of the brows, honey, now we're ready to contour, bronze, and snatch this face. My favorite part, because that's when you really start to see things transform. Okay, so for bronzer today, I'm going to use another MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Deep Dark, and this is what it looks like. So I like to bronze with an angled brush, and this brush is from Sephora. So I'm just, once I feel like I have enough powder on the brush, I'm going to bronze basically where I would contour, but I'm also going to blend it up just a little bit more. So for contour, I will be using my Fenty Matchstick in the shade Espresso. This is very, very dark brown. So I'm using my MAC brush. My chin and my jawline. I also like to bring the contour down into my sideburns just because it really slims down the face. Now we can go into contouring the nose. Taking MAC's pen in Swiss Chocolate. This is my favorite contour shade. I also use this to contour my face most of the time. Contour color on both sides because I really use the sides of the brush to contour. Tapping off the excess, I am going in with a very light hand and contouring my nose. I also like to take this contour shade right in this part of the eye just to add some definition. So as you can see, boom, instant nose job. Now we're not leaving the nose contour like this. We're definitely gonna blend it away. So I'm just kind of taking the excess off the brush, going back in, and really blending that nose contour. Tip, when you're blending your nose contour and you put too much, blend in rather than out. So I'm just pushing that in. Because the more in you blend, the more narrow your nose becomes. If the brush is just not working, feel free to go in with your fingers. Okay, so I feel like that's enough. Now, what I always do to get a really nice sharp nose contour is I take the excess powder on the sides of my beauty blender and push that in the bottom of the contour just to clean that up. I also go down the center. Now this is when you can actually start doing your eyeshadow and then go back to the face and finish highlighting and blush after you figure out sort of what color you're going for. So that is what I'm going to do just because I don't really know what eyeshadow look I'm going for. I don't want to put on the wrong tone blush and highlight. For eyeshadow today, we are using the Jackie Aina palette. This is actually my favorite palette. It's the best. Look at these. So beautiful. Taking the shade Ginger in the palette, I'm building that color up on the outer portion of the crease just because we already placed the contour shade in the beginning of the eye socket area. So I just want to sort of balance that out and create some depth in my eye. So I'm just packing that and then I will blend it inwards. I'm going to go in with the shade Edges, and it's just a brighter it's a more red based brown. Tapping off that excess, I'm going basically a little bit more forward and underneath where I put the first crease color, and I'm focusing that more on the bottom outer portion of my lid and then into the crease. I don't want to do too much, so I'm taking a clean blending brush and I'm just blending the top. Help that fade out really nicely. I want this just to look very effortless because again, I'm not using any falsies. Let's go back into the shade Ginger. On a smaller brush, I'm just patting the brush into that shadow because I want to pick up as much as I can, and then I'm just patting that on the lid and the parts that I did not put shadow yet. Taking the shade Edges and also dipping into the shade Credit on the very tip of the brush, and then I'm going to tap that off. I'm going in to the lower lash line, just kind of making the whole eye just become one. And that is why I also like to do my eyeshadow after my foundation now, just because I find it's more seamless. I think I'm going to take a little bit of credit, which is the dark brown, on the same brush and just go into the outer lid, the outer V basically, and add some depth to the end of the eye just to deepen it up. Taking the brush that I applied the crease shade with, I'm just going to blend out that darker brown I just placed down. Small circular motions forward rather than backwards. I'm blending this into the eye. Blending that. So now, before I place my eyeliner, I'm going to finish off the face. So to finish off the face, we have to dust away this setting powder that we put down on the nose. I didn't add anything to this brush, I'm just dusting it away. I'm gonna go over the face again, press everything in, dust anything that is not supposed to be there away. Now for highlight, we're gonna add some height into the face. We're gonna lift the face. I love my Fenty Matchstick highlights, and I'm using the shade Cinnamon and Rum. So Cinnamon is the more pinky gold, and Rum is the true champagne gold. Cheek. You want to put this highlight on the high points of your face. So your cheekbones, your nose, your cupid's bow. I like to do it on my forehead and then some on my chin. So the blush that I'm using for today is this NYX blush, and I think it's the shade called Mauve and Out. It's a pan. I took it out of the container. We're just going to sandwich that between the contour and the highlight. Before I do my liquid eyeliner and my mascara, I will be spraying my face. I'm going to use the MAC Fix Plus Gold Light. So this is going to, it has some gold reflex in it, so it's going to give me more of a radiant look and take down all of these powders that I applied. Okay, I'm going to let this dry down, and I'll be back with my eyeliner on, and I will apply my mascara and lips on camera. Okay, now we're going on to mascara. No falsies today. For today's mascara, I'll be using the NYX Stacked mascara. So as you guys saw earlier, I already sprayed my setting spray, so all that's left to do are my lips. For lips today, I will be using all MAC products, just because they're my favorite. You don't have to. So for lip liner, we're going to be using the MAC Chestnut Lip Liner. Next for lipstick, we're using the MAC lipstick in Bad and Bear. And do I want to leave it like that? So this is the lipstick with no gloss. I actually really like this. This is the vibe. But you know, I love my gloss. So to top it off, we're going in with the MAC Lip Glass in Oyster Girl. This is like an OG. I'm sure all you guys have this. in your makeup collection because this is a brown girl staple. But okay guys, that concludes today's video. If you guys liked this updated foundation routine, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. I promise I'm going to be doing more makeup looks. Like, what else do I have to do? You know, we're on lockdown. But no, I really missed it and I love playing in the makeup. This hair, if you guys are wondering, is Uni's hair. I made this closure wig and I just added some messy wand curls to give it some va-va-voom. This is really good quality hair actually. I love it. So, you know, hit them up. But okay guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.